Hello, good people of YouTube. My name is Nathan, and today we're looking back at Acts 2 Fellowship. In my previous video, I was talking about the fellowships and cults at UCR, and one of the fellowship slash cults that I'll be covering more because I was part of them was Acts 2 Fellowship. So Acts 2 Fellowship, they claim to be a Christian fellowship, and they're pretty well spread. They have about 125 ministry teams, 1,600 plus ministers, all, I guess, working together to help, student psychologists, international kids around the world, youth. So, some of the ministers will be blessing the youth ministry through youth ministry and kids. And they also have Korean services. I did not know that. But Active Fellowship has generated this history and reputation as a cult and as a student fellowship that has its problems. And I'm going to go over some of those. So, it's rebranded at Acts 2 Network. Before it was Acts 2 Fellowship, and it's also been rebranded. And I think all this rebranding is so that the fellowship can stay on campuses. I know at San Francisco State they were banned, but then I guess they're on again. I don't know. But that might be why Active Fellowship, other versions like Cleese or Konoya or was another one, I forget. But they're just other versions of them on campuses. And yeah, there are a lot. They're covering Illinois, they're covering um, UCLA, right? You see all these and Cal Poly, right? Right, they even have youth ministry here, right? So they're all over the place. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Oh, okay. Yeah, even more, right? All around the world. Berkeley, even some community colleges, right? Michigan. Yeah, they're everywhere. Okay, and I guess why I and some others would consider a Acts to Fellowship as a cult is because of the Reddit posts, also the Christianity Today articles that have come out and publicly denounced and exposed the truth about A2F. They make it seem like a very good community-based ministry, right? Everyone's helping out, right? Everyone can be a so-called minister that can help do a day job at the same time do family ministry, right? They're balancing all this at the same time, work at the same time doing ministry, right? And right, that's what they're known for like this extreme lifestyle of wow, yes, we're doing this, we're going to do this. I'm going to have to say this from what I've seen. Ministry seems to come before all of this for them. Yes, they'll do work, but then after that, they'll just do ministry, and all of this will revolve around ministry. That's what I've seen at my 1 year at Active Fellowship at UC Riverside. And there's plenty of articles, right? So I talked about the Christianity Today article. There's also the Triton um, um, news article covering the abuse allegations faced that Grace Point Church, which is the mother church of Active Fellowship, right? And we also have blogs, right? So we have this blog by the Wartburg Watch 2024, dissecting Tristan trends. We also have a blog here about Active Network. We have Reddit posts, right? This is the subreddit, right? This is the most, I guess, this isn't even part of the subreddit, but right, it's for University of North Carolina, and it's so there's 104 votes on this, right? Warning people about this club. So this is why Active Fellowship, in my opinion, has this bad reputation. It has a history of abuse, right? And If we focus on acts to fellowship, acts to fellowship, UCR, right? You have you have other people coming out, right? Coming out, telling their experiences, what they've experienced, the how they've been torn, right? You can also see um, warnings, right, about this cult called Active Fellowship on campus, constant warning, right? Um, right. This is actually my post, but I deleted it, and I'm making this YouTube video because I feel like it does a better job expressing my concerns as well as what has been happening, right? Right. You have across the UC, it's USC, UC San Diego, right? Berkeley. It started in Berkeley, right? You have people telling other people to stay away, right? Yeah, that's funny. Uh, right, Davis, right? So this is across the UC Irvine. Yeah, people even here, like if you're looking for a church, people are saying like, whatever you do not go to active fellowship, right? Right? Look at this. Like, there's plenty of people who have come out and said, "Do not come here." And as a result, I'm going to have to say this: if you think that God, you can be led to God through these cults, through these cult life fellowships, these fringe on borderline cult and fellowships, then I'm going to have to say this: yes, you can find God. Yes, you can have a Christian lifestyle, and yes, you can learn. But this isn't the best place. This isn't the place for you, right? There are better places where you can experience less pain, less hurt, right? If you go back to Riverside, there's plenty of people who have experienced pain and suffering, and look at the reviews. And for people in Active Fellowship or Active Network who want to say, "Well, Nathan, like these people, how do you know how to trust them?" I was one of them, right? And I'm coming out saying this, right? This is my post, right? But I deleted it, right? Right? And guess what? I'm gonna have to say this. All of these posts are done by people who aren't willing to come out and say it. I'm willing to come out and say it because I've seen people get hurt by you guys. I've seen people, and it's selfish of me to stop their stories from coming out. Yeah, they can't say it, but I can say their stories. I can say their pain. I'm not asking for a Me Too movement, people. I'm just saying that whatever you've experienced, you need to come out and express it. Don't hide it, right? Very few people know about what happened and what I've seen. And I've seen freshmen go into active fellowship now, come out, you know, I guess, you know, I guess shocked or not having the same, I guess, expectation or having the same view as they did when they first entered, right? Right? Look at this, like it was deleted, but you've got, you can breathe a little bit. Like, be careful. I'm just gonna have to say this. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to join this, right? I'm going to say this as well. Eventually, A2F will come around. There will come around where a time where seniors in college will be asked, okay, like to attend the winter retreat, and through the winter retreat, they'll be questioned about, oh, what do you think God's asking you, or what do you think you'll do in your life? And Some people on Reddit have internalized and thought of this process or themselves being former A2F mentors, and students have said that um, they've been asked to become a minister, to join as staff, and to take on this type of vocational life where they do job and then they do ministry, and at the same time juggling all this. I disagree with this. I think this is too extreme, and instead of building relationships in life, we just set another burden onto people, right? I've seen so many young mentors, young people come out of college, right, and then struggle, right? I've had previous mentors who, they got fired or they lost their job, and yet they were still spending so much time on fellowships. Yes, you can do that, but they weren't doing everything they could have to support themselves and be financially stable, right? All these early years, like, they're costing themselves down the line, right? They're not getting any money. They're not getting paid to do ministry. They're doing this all for free, right? Their money for the job is going into ministry as well. Do I think that's worth it? No. Do I think that's really extreme? Yes. And it's so extreme to the point that it's a burden, right? You have people, right, not be having to, especially if you're single and you're not in fellowship, right? If you don't have a family yet, it's excruciating, right? You have to put in spreadsheets, right, about your life. You have to show your leader, pastor, right, who actually gets paid, right? The pastoral couple, they get paid, but nobody else does, right? What is this? You say, oh, yeah, escape the rat race. You've basically joined another rat race. This is another rat race. The hierarchy, right? You have, what is it? Let's go to, let's see if we can find it. Yeah, these teams, right? I'm pretty sure they have, let's see, their network staff here. All these staffers, right? They get paid. They all get paid, right? Ed and Kelly, they're the two official like heads of this. But you look scary sometimes. Anyways, um, I'm just gonna say this before I end. Don't come here. You do not need to give your time as a student to them. You do not need to give your money to them as a adult. You do not, after college is over, you do not need to stick around and help these people out, right? You need to focus on yourself, your relationship. I'll say this to everyone I knew at Active Fellowship who will probably see this video in 2 weeks as I'm recording this. You need to leave. Go back. I'm not asking you to drop everything you've learned from Active Fellowship. Take what you've learned about the gospel. Take what you learned about God, what it means to live a Christian life, and move. Move back home. Spread that, right? You're staying in one place. What good does it make? Yeah, sure, there's 20,000 students at UCR who don't know Christ, maybe. But 40 alumni sticking around isn't helping us. I'd rather there be 10 staffers who are fully committed than 40 alumni sticking around, only putting in like 4 hours, 8 hours a week. That doesn't help much, right? You're just taking up resources, I feel like, from A2F, and just in general, you're not doing that much. Go back home. Go to new places where you can spread God's love. And then through that, maybe the results will be better. Maybe you can have more impact on people because you're moving to other places where A2F just can't reach. Alright, that's all I have. See you all in my next video about my experience and why I left. Bye.